Hey, Curious Cubs! It's your girl Jojo, and guess what? Today is December 24th, which means it's Christmas Eve. Are you super duper excited? I know I am. Christmas is the most magical time of the year. It's a festival filled with sparkly lights that twinkle like a million little diamonds. We sing happy songs that make our hearts dance. We give and get amazing presents wrapped in glittery paper and big bows. But most of all, Christmas is about sharing tons and tons of love with everyone around us. It's a time for big hugs, yummy cookies, and feeling all warm and fuzzy inside. Have you ever wondered why we celebrate this amazing day? It's not just about the presents under the tree or the sparkly decorations. It's a story that started a super long time ago. It's a story about hope, love, and a very special baby. So, put on your favorite cozy pajamas, grab a mug of hot cocoa with extra marshmallows, and get ready. We are going on a sparkly adventure back in time to discover the complete story of Christmas. It's going to be the best story time ever, I promise. Let's get our curiosity on and dive right in. This story is like the biggest, brightest star on top of the Christmas tree. It shines with lessons that are still important today. It teaches us about being kind, about sharing what we have, and about how true greatness comes from having a good heart. It's a story that has been told for thousands of years, and now it's our turn to learn it and share it. Every time we sing a Christmas carol or hang an ornament, we are a part of this beautiful story. It connects us all, like a giant, sparkly ribbon wrapped around the whole world. So, let's travel way back in time. Before there were any Christmas trees or candy canes, before anyone had even heard of Santa Claus. We're going to a little town to witness something truly special. This journey will show us why Christmas isn't just a holiday, but a feeling that lives inside our hearts all year long. It's a story that proves that the biggest miracles often come in the smallest, most humble packages. Are you ready, my awesome Curious Cubs? Let's sparkle on and begin our amazing Christmas story adventure. Our story begins over 2,000 years ago, which is like a bajillion years ago. It was in a little town called Bethlehem. A kind woman named Mary and a good man named Joseph were on a very long journey. They were expecting a baby, and this baby was going to be super special. When they arrived in Bethlehem, the town was so crowded. There were no fancy hotel rooms left for them to stay in. They looked everywhere, but every single door was closed. They must have felt so tired and worried, walking all that way with nowhere to rest their heads. But Mary and Joseph didn't give up. They found a warm, cozy stable, which is a place where animals like sheep and cows sleep. It wasn't a palace with sparkly chandeliers, but it was safe and filled with hay. And right there, in that simple, quiet stable, a miracle happened. A baby boy was born, and they named him Jesus. A bright, beautiful star appeared in the sky, shining right over the stable. It was like the sky was celebrating with its own giant Christmas light. This special baby was a gift of hope and love for the whole world. Shepherds who were watching their fluffy sheep in the fields nearby saw the bright star, and an angel appeared. The angel told them not to be afraid and shared the wonderful news about the special baby born in Bethlehem. The shepherds were so excited that they hurried to the stable to see Jesus. Later, 3 wise men from faraway lands also followed the star. They brought special gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. It was like the first ever Christmas gift exchange. Everyone was so happy to welcome this little king. The most important part of this story, Curious Cubs, is that Jesus wasn't born in a big, fancy castle. He was born in a humble stable. This teaches us something amazing. True greatness comes from being good, kind, and loving, not from having lots of money or fancy things. Jesus came to teach everyone about love, forgiveness, and helping one another. His birth showed the world that the biggest and best things can start in the smallest and simplest places. It's a reminder that the love in our hearts is the most valuable treasure of all. Now, here's a super interesting fact. Curious Cubs. During Jesus' time, people didn't celebrate birthdays with cake and parties like we do now. So, nobody celebrated Christmas on the day Jesus was born. Isn't that wild? Instead, the first followers of Jesus remembered him in a different way. They focused on living by his amazing teachings. They tried their best to be kind, to help people who were in need, and to love their neighbors. For them, every day was a day to remember Jesus by being good and doing good things for others. So, when did the first ever Christmas party happen? Well, it took a little while. The very first celebration of Christmas happened almost 300 years after Jesus was born. Wow, that's a long time. It was started by early Christians in a big famous city called Rome. The first recorded Christmas celebration was around the year 336 AD. These early Christians wanted to have a special day dedicated to celebrating the birth of Jesus, the wonderful gift of hope he brought to the world. They wanted a festival full of joy and light to honor him. But why did they choose December 25th? That's a great question. No one knows the exact date Jesus was born. But in those days, there was a big Roman festival around that time of year called Saturnalia. It was a festival of lights to celebrate the winter solstice, which is the shortest day of the year. The early Christians chose December 25th to turn this time of darkness into a celebration of light. They wanted to show that Jesus was the light of the world, bringing hope and brightness to everyone, even during the darkest time of winter. From that first celebration in Rome, the idea of Christmas began to spread like glitter in the wind. It traveled from one country to another, all across the world. Each country added its own special traditions, songs, and yummy foods. In Germany, they started decorating evergreen trees. In England, people started singing Christmas carols from door to door. And everywhere, it became a festival of light, hope, and love. Christmas became a time for families to come together and celebrate the wonderful message of peace and joy that started so long ago in that little stable. Okay, Curious Cubs, are you ready for my favorite part? Let's talk about the super jolly, big-bearded guy in the red suit, Santa Claus. But did you know that the story of Santa started with a real person? His name was Nicholas, and he lived a very long time ago in a place called Myra, which is in modern-day Turkey. Nicholas was a Christian bishop, which is like a church leader, and he was known for being the kindest, most generous person ever. He dedicated his whole life to helping others, especially children and people who didn't have much. Saint Nicholas loved giving gifts, but he did it in secret. He didn't want any attention or thank yous. He just wanted to make people happy. One famous story says there was a poor man who had 3 daughters, but didn't have enough money for them to get married. Nicholas heard about this, and, in the middle of the night, he secretly dropped bags of gold into their house. Some stories say he tossed them through an open window, and they landed in stockings that were hanging by the fireplace to dry. Sound familiar? That's why we hang stockings today. Over hundreds of years, the story of the kind and generous Saint Nicholas traveled all over the world. In different countries, he was given different names. In the Netherlands, he was called Santa Claus. When Dutch families moved to America, they brought the story of Santa Claus with them. Over time, his name changed to Santa Claus. Artists and writers started to imagine him as a jolly old elf with a big belly, a white beard, and a magical sleigh pulled by flying reindeer. He became the happy Christmas character we all know and love today. So, the story of Santa Claus is really the story of Saint Nicholas's kindness. When we think of Santa bringing presents to children all over the world in one night, it's a magical way to remember the spirit of giving. Santa represents the joy of making others happy without asking for anything in return. He reminds us that the best gifts are given from the heart. So every time you see a picture of Santa, remember the real person who started it all and his wonderful acts of secret kindness and love. It's all about the sparkle of giving. So, what is the real magic of Christmas, my awesome Curious Cubs? It's not just the presents or the parties. even though those are super fun. The true sparkle of Christmas comes from the beautiful values it teaches us. The most important one is love. It's about loving our family, our friends, and everyone in the world, just like Jesus taught. It's a time to give extra big hugs and say, "I love you." 1,000,000 times. It's about opening our hearts wide and letting all the love shine out like a giant, sparkly disco ball of happiness. Another amazing Christmas value is helping others and sharing. Just like St. Nicholas, who shared his gold, we can share what we have. This can mean donating toys you don't play with anymore, helping your parents bake cookies, or sharing your favorite snack with a friend. It's also about forgiveness. Christmas is the perfect time to say "I'm sorry" if you made a mistake, and to forgive someone who might have hurt your feelings. It's about starting fresh and filling our hearts with peace and kindness instead of grumpy feelings. It's a fresh, sparkly start. Let's not forget about family. Christmas is a special time to be with the people we love the most. It's about creating wonderful memories together, whether you're decorating the tree, watching Christmas movies, or just snuggling on the couch. These moments are the best presents of all. And before we finish, here are some fun facts. Did you know we put a star on top of the tree to remember the Star of Bethlehem? And Christmas trees, which are usually evergreen, remind us of everlasting hope and life. Even Christmas songs, or carols, were started by people who wanted to share the happy story in a fun, musical way. Okay, Curious Cubs, it's quiz time. Let's see what you remember. 1. In what little town was Jesus born? Hint, it starts with a B. 2. What day did the early Christians choose to celebrate Christmas? 3. What was the real name of the person who inspired the story of Santa Claus? Answers: 1. Bethlehem. 2. December 25th. 3. St. Nicholas. You did it! You're all Christmas superstars. Remember, the story of Christmas is a story of love, hope, and kindness. Keep being the curious, kind, and sparkly people you are. Share your light with the world. Merry Christmas, everyone. I love you all.